Congress cannot declare war on Russia because Russia does not pose a military threat to the United States. We pose more of a military threat to Russia than they do to us. So rather than declare war, which they can't do, Congress decides to fund a war. They haven't authorized troops, but Joe Biden and Lloyd Austin and Tony Blinken have sent military equipment there that only Americans can operate. So do we have troops on the ground? Well, like Bill Clinton, it depends on what the meaning of is. It depends on what the meaning of troops on the ground is. If by troops on the ground, you mean Americans wearing boots and in fatigues and a helmet and carrying offensive weaponry, no. But if by boots on the ground, you mean Americans in civilian clothes who are full-time military, operating American military equipment, pulling triggers or pressing buttons in control booths that are sending projectiles to kill Russian Americans, then we do have troops on the ground. And without their uniforms on, which is a violation of the Geneva Conventions,
that's right,
they're fair game. They can be captured as spies and legally executed summarily, that is, without trial, because they're in a war zone shooting at Russian soldiers and they don't have uniforms on. All because Joe Biden wants to run for re-election as a wartime president. When they start to come home in body bags, the American public will begin to pay attention. Right now, the public is not paying attention. Most of the mainstream media is mouthing exactly what MI6 and CIA want them to say, which is that Putin's a monster. We have to protect Zelenskyy because if Zelenskyy falls, all of Eastern Europe will fall. And that, of course, is nonsense. There's no basis for that at all. That's the NeoCon mantra, which they have been spouting for years and years and years. They're bitter that the Cold War is ended, and they want to use Ukraine as a battering ram. They think somehow they can drive Vladimir Putin from office. They tried last weekend, and when Yevgeny Prigozhin knew that he was about to be slaughtered by 10,000 Russian troops by air and ground, he turned around.